lips met hers. "Let's get married this afternoon." Katy's body reacted to his, and she almost dropped the teasing and told him yes, but she kissed him instead, long and slow, a kiss that told him he wasn't the only one looking forward to the honeymoon, dreaming about every day that followed. She could feel him trembling. How easy it would be to get into trouble between now and then. She ran her hands up the small of his back. "We have to be careful." Dayne kissed her again. When he pulled back, his breathing had changed. "Very, very careful." His eyes were smoky, filled with passion and a longing that was more about love than lust. He moved a strand of her hair and looked deep into her eyes. When he spoke again, there was control in his tone once more. "And we will be careful." He smiled. "The wedding's going to be beautiful, Katy." She put her hands on his shoulders. A cool wind blew through the space between them. "I was sort of looking forward to your other idea." "The courthouse this afternoon?" "Exactly." He laughed. "I love you." He kissed her again, but this time he was the one who stepped back. "For now, though, this—" He gave her a pointed look and exhaled hard. "Will have to happen in small doses." Katy laughed and fell into place beside him. For a while it was all they could do to keep walking. She ached to kiss him again, to stay lost in his embrace for an hour. But Dayne was right. They'd made a promise to God and to each other to wait until they were married, a promise that was bound to be more difficult for Dayne, whose past had robbed him of the innocence Katy still cherished. In her private moments with God, she had vowed not to tempt Dayne. For that reason, their tender, intimate moments needed to be brief. "You really think we can keep the media away if we have it at the country club?" "I'd like to try." She'd been thinking about the logistics. They wanted a beautiful, traditional ceremony without the chaos of circling helicopters and paparazzi jumping out of the bushes, especially now, when the chase of media had nearly cost Dayne his life. Even so, Katy had no idea how they were going to keep the wedding a secret. She looked at him. "I can't get past the impossibility of it." "I've got someone working on it." His voice was deep, soothing. "I guess the rule of thumb is 50 people. Invite 50 or fewer, and the press usually doesn't find out. Invite more," he shrugged. "It's just about unheard of." 50? Katy winced. CKT alone has more than twice that. She wanted to invite her ailing parents from Chicago, the Flanagans, the Baxters, and everyone involved with her Christian Kids Theater group. Then there were a few dozen Hollywood friends and business associates Dayne hoped to invite. "I know. We need to plan on 150. Dayne narrowed his eyes and glanced at the path ahead of them. "That's why we need to talk." He stopped and drew a long breath. "I have an idea." "Tell me." "Okay." His eyes danced. "Here's what I was thinking." John Baxter didn't usually jump into Christmas shopping the day after Thanksgiving, but Elaine had suggested the idea. Now it was Friday morning, and he was waiting for her to pick him up. Elaine told him the trip could take most of the day. They had 15 grandkids between them to shop for. He leaned against the sill and thought about last night. Elaine's visit with him and his kids over pumpkin pie marked the first time he'd included her around any of them. The outcome had been dramatically better than he'd ever hoped. The entire family had accepted Elaine with kindness and grace, making conversation with her and helping smooth over any awkward moments. Like the time Maddie walked up, took Elaine's hand, and said, "Are you Papa's girlfriend?" Rather than looks of shock or disapproval, everyone chuckled, and Ashley walked up to her niece. "Yes, Maddie." She smiled at Elaine. "She's Papa's friend, and she's a girl, so that makes her a girlfriend." She cast an unthreatened smile at John and Elaine. "See?" Maddie looked at Cole, satisfied. "I thought so." As his granddaughter walked off, John had looked at Ashley, awed. The animosity she had always expressed about Elaine seemed to have been totally replaced by warmth and acceptance. Her hospitality toward Elaine had been one more way the Baxters' Thanksgiving was marked by God's presence. After Maddie's innocent remark, the topic of Elaine and him hadn't come up again. Everyone was busy connecting with